Good day everyone, I am Prince Kali A. Pedemente of 12 Nehemiah, and today I'll be explaining the history of horror and its subgenre. Horror began in Gothic novels like Frankenstein 1888 by Mary Shelley and Dracula 1897 by Bram Stoker. And from that to 19s, horror first appeared on screen with silent films like Nosferatu 1922, making the film the first iconic early horror that shaped the genre forever. After Nosferatu raised and attracted a lot of audience, the genre was gaining real popularity. Universal Studios released classics like Dracula 1931, Frankenstein also 1931, and The Mummy 1932 that eventually entered the mainstream cinema for the first time. Till then, the horror genre continued to evolve and slowly reaches its peak with Psycho 1960, The Exorcist 1973, and the slasher era like Halloween, Friday the 13th, and then Scream. But horror isn't just one type of story, it's a whole collection of subgenres, each scaring us in a different way. Let's break them down. Number 1 on the list is Gothic horror. Its dark castles, supernatural forces, and tragic romance. Dracula and Crimson Peak are classic examples. Number 2 is psychological horror, that fear comes from the mind and paranoia manned as an obsession, like Psycho or Black Swan. Third is supernatural horror, ghosts, demons, and possessions. Films like The Exorcist and The Conjuring fall here. And then the fourth one is slasher, like the killer stalks victims with suspense and gore like Halloween and A Nightmare on Elm Street that defines this genre. Fifth one is found footage, shot as if it's a real recorded video, making horror feel authentic. Famous ones are The Blair Witch Project and Paranormal Activity. And then the next one is body horror, terror from disturbing transformation of the body, seen in The Fly or The Thing. Folk horror are rooted in rituals, cults, and rural traditions like The Wicker Man and Midsummer. The next one is zombie horror, undead rising mixed with survival and social themes from Night of the Living Dead to Train to Busan. And then the last one is cosmic horror, which is unknown or that are too big of forces to fight or understand, like The Mist or The Color Out of Space. And that's it. That's the world of horror in a nutshell, from its gothic roots to modern subgenres. I hope you guys learned something new in this video. We started with the origins of horror in Gothic literature with stories like Frankenstein and Dracula, and we saw how those tales inspired the first horror films such as Nosferatu and the Universal monsters. Horror reached its golden age with groundbreaking films like Psycho and The Exorcist, and from there, it grew into a wide variety of subgenres: psychological, supernatural, slashers, found footage, body horror, folk, zombies, and even cosmic horror. What makes horror so fascinating is how it adapts to every generation. Sometimes it's about what we can't see, like in natural super horror. Sometimes it's about what lives inside us, as in psychological or body horror. And sometimes it's about the biggest fear we can control, like cosmic horror or zombie apocalypse. In the end, Horror has always been more than just scares. It's a mirror of our society, our anxieties, and the things that haunt us most. And that's why it never truly fades away. Thanks so much for watching and let me know in the comments which type of horror keeps you up at night.